Almost 25 years ago, there was a person who was working in a Wall Street company, although he was earning a very good amount of money, but he was a geek by nature. He loved computer, he loved internet, and internet was young, just as today blockchain or cryptocurrency is young. He wanted to use that to do something. He had an idea. He went to his boss. They had a very good relationship and said that, boss, I want to open my own company. The boss said, it's a good idea, but someone who does not have such a good job, they should open that thing. But he went there. He went to Seattle. He started his company with his wife, getting his own money, getting the money of his parents. He set up a small company. The goal was only try to see, can I be successful? And according to him, there was 80 to 90% probability that he will fail. But as they say, if something is important enough, you do it anyway. You do it anyway. So he went to do it. He started selling books online. He started selling books online and he started working on it. The project was as simple as it is. Sell every single book on the planet online. Fast forward after 25 years, we know that company as Amazon. It all started with one thing, and that was a need of improvement. Improve the business value of a person, of an organization, whatever. He wants to increase the business value. Requirement was there. He started to working on it. He did multiple projects, multiple programs and portfolio. We will highlight all those things. He started working on it. And today it will be interesting to see if anyone does not know about Amazon. We are people from all over the world, from Canada to India, from Pakistan to UAE, from Gulf, everywhere people are sitting here. Everyone knows Amazon. They use it or they don't use it. That's a different conversation. They hate it, they love it, they like it. Different conversation. They know it. That is Amazon. So what was the purpose of it and how the projects add value to that? First of all, let's set one thing. Put it in the chat box. What do you think? What is project? I don't need definition. I need what is your understanding. Put it in the chat box. What is project? These sessions will be very interactive. Please have a keyboard with you. I will be asking after 5 minutes, 2 minutes to write something. What is project? I need all 25 people typing there. What is project? Okay, Raneem. Okay, Shwet. What else? Any work that creates value. I loved it. Ajay, I love it. Okay, integration of different modules. Okay. Okay, Mujtaba, not bad. Okay, unique endeavor. Okay, is that a that's a definition. I don't need a definition. I'm again saying it. That's a definition. Okay, Abrar. Okay, so anything that defines the project is that it must have an end date. That is the most important thing. It must have an end date. Start date, of course, start date is there, but it must have an end date. It can be 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 year, 20 years, whatever. It must have end date. And the purpose of the project should be to increase business value. Now I am keep on saying value. What is value? Value can be tangible, like dollar, money can be touched, or it can be intangible, something that you cannot touch. For example, how many of you use Apple Mobile? Let me raise first my hand. How many of you use? Okay, let me ask here someone. Okay. Deepak, let's talk to you. Oh, guys, everyone else can lower their hands. Deepak,
Yes.
why do you use Apple?
I used Android before, but when I switched to Apple, I like the interface more. Like it's easy to use as
Mhm,
compared to Android. Like if you have to switch to different apps, it's easy. It's never, get hang. You can say better
mhm,
battery life.
Thank you. Better life. Like interesting thing. I'm an Apple user and I hate its battery. When I am actually doing the video editing or this thing, everything on. This is everything for me. This is my mini laptop, and I hated it. The only reason why we use Apple is that we love the brand, isn't it? And we make a story about it, right, Deepak? Everything else, everything else you said is actually a story the Apple user tell to Android user. Actually, Android has a better camera, better battery timing, and every single thing. Now, interestingly, different cameras have a different thing. Apart from security, there is no comparison of Apple with security. But you did not mention that, right, Deepak?
I mean, I don't care about security. It's nothing I want to hide. But
Yeah,
for user experience, I would say
yeah.
absolutely. But
So,
yeah.
yeah, the thing is that this is actually what we call as brand value recognition. I have a son of a like he's 2 years and something, and I'm using this Mac Pro. He comes to my office, and whenever he goes backside, he says, "I want to eat that apple." Now there's apple behind Mac Pro. He want to eat that apple. Brand. You can get it like this. Brand value. Same goes for Coca-Cola. Same goes for thousands of other things. Kit Kat, of whatever you like, whatever you wear, whatever you do. Brand value recognition, that is intangible. You cannot measure it by number. You cannot measure it by number. That is intangible value. Tangible, that can be measured. Intangible value, that cannot be measured. Now, just to give that example, there are 24 students. Every single of one of them paid me $499. I don't give discount at all. That is kind of policy of my organization. We don't give discount. Every single person paid $499 to me. Uh, they are old student, then they have paid it. And if they are my one-to-one student, they have paid me $999. So that is straightforward. Okay, this thing that is tangible value. Now, how many of these will tell their friends that we joined the program, we did it, he helped us, etc., etc., etc. He helped us till we become the PMP, all those things. Now that's my intangible value. Got my point? Okay. For example, there was a student in the batch for Silva. While she is from my only student from Mexico. She basically was in the class. She took the screenshot, put it on the LinkedIn. I got 8 queries from the Mexico. That was intangible value. That is called brand recognition. So projects are done to increase both tangible and intangible value. There's a reason why I don't allow class more than 30 students. Because if I make it more, I cannot have a one-to-one interaction with all of you. Let's say I reduce the price to $100, and I can have like maybe I can have 100 or 150 students. I can earn more, but I will not even remember your name. And interestingly, I remember every single student by their profession, what is happening. I can tell you how many of my students are COVID. I can tell you who is COVID positive in this class. I can tell you who is from which, how many things like that for my all of my students. And that is intangible value. That I can tell how many topics Sachin have done. Sachin is sitting here from batch 6. How many topics he have done? I can actually tell you that. How many topics Rishu did, how many times. This is called intangible value, and we do the projects to have that. So projects are done to increase value. Value can be tangible and intangible. Yes, Farhan.
Yes. Actually, I just want to just add one thing. If, uh, for example, any brand perception, if people they have a certain perception regarding a brand, and
Mhm.
by our project, if that perception gets changed to a new high, so obviously this is also some intangible
Yeah,
benefits
yeah.
that the
That is
organization that.
the reason why we do that. Na? That is the reason why we do that. So if I put it in this value, this is value. When you start the project, you are here. The purpose of the project is to take you to the new stage, current state, future stage. That is how basically you increase the brand value. I make daily videos. Why I'm doing that? My YouTube channel, you will go there, you will not see ad on there. I am not earning from YouTube. Why I'm doing that? I am increasing my brand value. Recognition. How many of you have came by watching that videos? Brand value. Clear? Projects are done to the brand value. Now, organization like uh, Amazon, how do they work? Organizations have strategy, organizational strategy. What do we want to achieve? For example, selling books, selling Kindle, and then they tell that to portfolio. Okay, what is portfolio? I'll come to that. Portfolio make decisions that we want to do that. Then we have programs. What is program? I'll come to that in a minute. And projects. Programs and projects are executed to deliver value. Those values are transferred to operations, which realize the value. And this cycle keep on happening. Okay, this cycle keep on happening. So let's first talk about what is operations. Guys, what do you think what is operation? Put it in the chat box. What do you think what is operation? Put it in the chat box. Okay. Execution, core execution, continuous work. No, Sad, I loved it. The most important thing about operation is that operation does not have an end date. Operation does not have an end date. You get up in the morning, you go to washroom, you do brush. Does it have an end date? I hope not. Uh, Unless you don't have any teeth, you don't have end date for that, right? It's an operation. You get up in the morning, you go to your car, you check your air pressure of the car, tires, you check your oil, you check the water. Maintenance. You keep doing that, na? Operations. Now, interestingly, organization take a project to make the first iPhone. That was project. Once the project is approved, done, the organization make 10 millions. How many? I don't care. 10 millions of iPhone operation. They keep on doing, they keep on doing it, they keep on doing it. When a project ends, it get transferred to operation. When there's some kind of change in the operation, a new projects can be generated. So am I clear about the relationship between operation and project? If am I clear, put it yes in the chat box. You can put Y or N if I'm not clear. So project ends, operation starts. During the operation, there is some change. You want to add a new thing that becomes project. Okay. Now collection of similar projects. Collection of similar projects is called program. That's it. For this, for PMP, you don't need to know more. Collection of similar projects is called program. What does that mean? The project that deliver the same result. For example, I'm a construction company. I have a project going on, construction of a bridge in Delhi, in Kerala, in Dubai. So I manage them under one program that I can transfer the resource to get the maximum benefit. That's a program. That's a program. Or I want to send people to the moon. So designing the satellite, designing the communication system, designing everything, combining them, that's a program. Okay, programs. My question to all of you is that, is program temporary or permanent? Is program temporary or permanent? Put it in the chat box. Mhm, mhm. Okay, 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 temporary. Okay, okay, Chetali. I was waiting for someone to say, Chetali, why do you think it's permanent? I'll come to you, Farhan, in a minute. Yes, Chetali. Why do you
Yes,
think?
because yes, I thought project is temporary because project has ended. We can start one after one project, but program is the continuous process. What
No,
I'm thinking.
program is a combination of projects. That's nothing. Program is a
Yes,
combination of projects. So when project is temporary and program is a combination of projects, so how can it be permanent? Got my point?
yes, understood.
Got
Yes,
got my point, right?
yes, yes, understood.
Kabir, am I clear to you also? Kabir Ahmed, am I clear to also you? That program is a combination of project, so it is also temporary. If am I clear, Kabir, you can put yes. Otherwise, you can ask the question. Yes, Farhan, you have something to say? Farhan, you had a question, you raised your hand.
Yes, yes. Actually, just one thing. The collection of projects. These projects would be of similar nature in terms of, for example, all those projects have the target to earn monetary value,
It can be
or
anything. It has to be related in some way. It can be beneficiary, it can be resource has to be there, anything that is related, one way that combine them. For example, sending a person to a moon, that is related in a way. Na? We are sending a person to moon, we are designing the satellite, we are building the communication system. And once the person goes to moon, that's the end of story. Kabir, and who had also said that Chitali, once the person goes to moon, end of story. That is program. Now, then we have portfolio. Portfolio is a combination of projects, program, sub portfolio, that can be other portfolio inside it, and operations. I'll say it again: projects, program, and operations. Is portfolio temporary or permanent?
Portfolio is permanent.
Thank you, Kabir. Everyone, please put in the chat box permanent. And the reason portfolio is permanent is because it has operations in it. Ran, you are not typing. Okay, now I got your message. Okay, permanent, permanent. So that's an interesting thing. Just now, this gives us the framework of the project management. This is called OPM, or Organizational Project Management Framework. Organizational Project Management Framework. The organization has a strategy that we want to do something. They ask the portfolio, hey portfolio, we want to earn this much revenue. Portfolio make decisions how many program and projects need to be done. From there, we go to the operations. Operation deliver values. We see the value, how much value is there, and we keep on doing that. This is called organizational project management framework. Organizational project management framework. Now, let's go in. If this is clear, now let's go to the base of the projects. How projects are started actually. What are the ways that lets the project start? First of all, for any project to get started, there has to be need. Okay, there has to be need or requirement. There has to be need of the project that we want this particular project. That need can be from customer, from stakeholder, a legal requirement has changed, our regulations have changed, anything can be there. So first we do need assessment. Why we do? Why we even need the project? Then we make the business case for that project. Business case has monetary benefit, tangible value, benefit to cost. What are the benefits? What is the cost? ROI, return of investment. If I invest 1 lakh in it, how much I'm gonna, 1 million in it, how much I'm gonna earn from there? Return of investment. ROI will be there. Benefit to cost, return of investment, as we discussed. Payback period, how much time it will take to get my money back. Business case. Then we make benefit management plan. What are intangible benefit, brand recognition. Who will measure the benefit? How the benefit will be done? Business case and benefit management plan both are called as collectively business documents. Business documents. Guys, all of this is happening before project. This is called pre-project activities. Pre-project activities. Before project, we make a business case, we make benefit management plan. ROI, return of investment, Farhan, is that you spent $1 million. How much return you are going to get on that? 1%, 2%, 5%. The more you get, the better it is. Okay, return on investment. All these are pre-project activities. Project has not started. If this goes to sponsor, business case goes to sponsor or steering committee, the committee of the senior management or governance board, whatever is in your organization. If they approve the business case and benefit management plan, both business documents, BD, business document, are approved, then you move to the next thing. If they are not approved, project is ended. Gagan, just give me a minute. Let me just complete. I'll get back to you. So once that is approved, we make the most important document of the project. Project charter. Project charter. Project charter is a document that defined what will happen in the project. What we need. We need to make a swimming pool. We need to make Burj Khalifa, Burj Arab, whatever. What are we going to do? What is the overall cost of that project? Overall schedule of that project? Big risk. Who are the big stakeholders? 4 or 5. Assumptions, milestones. Who is the sponsor? And finally, who is the project manager? Here comes the project manager. After the project charter is made and approved, now you have a project manager. Before that, no project manager. If project charter is failed, end of the project, no story. Now, from organization to organization, project, if the project manager is the part of the organization, he may facilitate in these sessions. But we say, for simplicity, business case, benefit management plan, and project charter. I'll write it again. Business case, benefit management plan, and project charter is made by sponsor. That's it. Is made by sponsor. If anyone has any confusion to what I just shared, please ask. This is an important concept here. Gagan, go ahead, please.
Yeah, all right, okay. So you said it's important to learn the PMP language. So what I definitely want to rule out is, are there other terms that PMP uses for needs assessment? For example, I might say, is that a feasibility study? But if that's not what the term PMP uses, then I'd rather focus on needs assessment.
Yes. So the feasibility study goes actually, it becomes the part of business case as well as need assessment. Both of operational feasibility, this thing are the part of it. Okay. Feasibility
Okay,
study,
so
feasibility study can be in the PMP, but it is the part of business case and need assessment. Both are the part of that.
all right, okay.
Okay.
Understood. Thanks.
Chitali, what you need me to repeat? Please ask the specific question. Guys, this will be very important. We will be learning in this communication, 4 hours of communication. Whenever you have a question or whenever you talk to anyone, write information to right people, to right impact at the right time. So what is the confusion? Put the question right. What you want me to repeat? Please ask the specific question. Yes, Chitali. Yeah, now that is specific. Na? I was thinking you want me to start from need assessment till that. So last 10 sponsor responsibility. Okay, so that will be better for everyone. Okay, so business case, benefit management plan, and project charter is the responsibility of sponsor. Because after this, once the project charter is approved, everything else is the responsibility for project manager. Am I clear, guys? Everything else is the responsibility of the project manager. Okay.
Amer,
Who's here? Who is speaking?
Kabir.
Kabir, please always raise your hand so that I can know who is talking. Go ahead, please ask.
This project charter,
Hmm?
is it a combination of business case and benefit management plan, or it is separate?
It's a separate document, but it has taken the data from the business case and benefit management plan. Okay, it's not the combination. A business case can be like 200 pages, and benefit management plan can be also some. Project charter can be 1 to 10 pages. It's a summary document. Okay.
But is it, what my understanding is, it is linked, the project charter is linked with the approval of business case and business.
Of course, unless the business case is not approved, there is no project charter. Once the business case is approved, once the benefit management plan is approved, then we move forward. If your business case is not relevant, what does that mean? You are not getting money in the project. The project is cancelled. End of story. You wouldn't do the project. Thank you, Kabir. Yes, Vijay.
This business document and the project charter, other than the sponsor, who else can make this?
Only sponsor. We discuss it only sponsor, but in organization to organization, we can say it more like this way, that a business analyst can support it. But according to PMI, it's the responsibility of a sponsor, and steering committee can be involved there. Steering committee or a governance board. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's have a 5-minute break. I don't want you to, the first session get derailed. Let's have a 5-minute break and get back to have a cup of coffee, cup of tea. The next session is going to be more interesting. Yes, Asan.
Is there any definition of sponsors in PMI terms?
Don't try to remember any definition. Try to remember the understanding. There is 99% probability you will not be asked about definition. Try to understand the concept behind it. Otherwise, we will be going through the slides. There will be proper definitions for them also. Okay.
No, definitely. I just wanted to know, like, what is meant by sponsors.
A sponsor can be the one who is paying for it. A sponsor can be a senior manager who is ultimately responsible or the vocal person for that project. He has to be a person having authority to take decisions. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's have a 5-minute break and get back. Now we have a project charter at our hand. Project charter is the first document through which project actually starts. Along the project charter, we get assumption logs. Assumption log is a document that says what are the assumptions in the project. We can call it as an assumption or constraint log. So assumption is that assuming something can be right or wrong, whereas constraints are the limiting factor in the projects. What can be the constraint in the project? Scope, schedule, also known as time, cost. This is known as triple constraint in the project. Triple constraint, 3 constraints every project has. But we also have other constraints: quality, procurement, risk, resource, stakeholders satisfaction, customer satisfaction. We need to look at those constraints. Stakeholder or customer satisfaction can be the most important constraint in the project. There are projects in which stakeholders are happy, even the project is not completed. That project is successful. That's an interesting concept to look into. Stakeholders are happy, good to go. The project is good to go. Customer satisfaction is one of the most important constraints. However, all the constraints are important. Now, any project has 5 steps or 5 process group. It starts, we called it initiation. We plan for every single thing, what we are gonna do. We start working on it, execution. We monitor what is happening and we try to control, improve it. And once the project get complete, we close the project. Initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. It's not that it is sequential thing, initiation and then you move to another thing. No. It can be along the way. As the project charter get approved, in initiation, there are only 3 things. First step, project charter and assumption log, and second is stakeholder register. Only 2 things you do in initiation. In closing, you only close the project. Planning is the real thing. 3 baselines are made here: scope baseline, schedule, cost baseline. All the plans are done. Execution, the real work is being done. Monitor and control, look at the project and change it accordingly. So in the new PMP, you don't need to know as per much details in it, but I still put some good slides there so that if you want to know what happens in initiation, planning, execution, you can read them at your own. I have put the slides for you guys that you can look at that. So what happens at initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing? Is it clear? Initiation, project gets started, we plan it. Once the plan gets approved, the combined plan is called as project management plan, PMP. It's interestingly project management plan. Once the plan is completed, we share the plan. The work should be done according to the plan. We start working on the plan. If there is any change, we change it to the change request. We control it, close the project. This keeps on happening throughout the project. Okay, 5 process group. And then of course we have different domains: scope, schedule, cost. So they have their own plan: scope plan, cost plan, schedule plan. Every area has plan: quality, procurement, stakeholder communication. Remember this thing. If you want to write, you can write it down. All the plan does only one thing: how to do it. Resource plan will tell you how to get the resource, manage the resource, things like that. Quality will tell you how to manage the quality. What are the quality standards? Procurement, how to do procurement. How to do is shared by plan itself. So we get plan, we start working on it. Now, when we are working in the project does not happen in a vacuum. There are factors that impact the project. There are 2 important factors: enterprise environmental factors, where the enterprise is situated, and what are the environmental factors, both internal, within the organization, external, outside the organization, and OPS, organizational process asset, tool, policies, procedures. Let's go into that details. What are these things? What is EEF? What is OPA? Asset, are you getting me? Na? Is it clear now? Yeah. So EEF and OPS. Guys, as I'd say, Deepak, Vijay, Rishu, Faisal, please turn your videos on if you can. Thank you. Still, many people have done their videos off. Yes, Gagan.
Yeah, so I'm assuming I'm sorry, my question probably would be around the PMP exam itself. They tend to use abbreviations rather than explaining the whole term or mentioning the whole term. So like
it's OPAs and EF, they can use abbreviations, but normally in the PMP exam, they don't use abbreviations normally.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
EEF and OPIs, they are kind of a universally accepted. And even in the PIM book, it is written EEF and OPS. So that can be used, but normally, no. Okay.
Okay, so thanks.
So EEF, enterprise environmental factors, the factors in which your organizations is performing. So we can use pastel analysis to see what are the factors. What are the political factors under which your organization is operating? What are the cultural factors? Economical factors? What are the social factors? Technological factors? Legal, environmental. Now, every organization have their internal politics, internal dynamics of the politics, and then the city in which they are, the country in which they are, the continent in which they are, entirely different dynamics. We need to see that. Economy within the organization, social, technical, legal. So all this enterprise environmental factor needs to be understood. Culture. What are the culture of that organization? Customs. Resource availability. What are the resource available in that particular organization, outside the organization? That is important. What are the communication system, also known as PMIS, Project Management Information System, EF, within the organization, how you can communicate throughout that and within the country. For example, in UAE, if you have been to UAE, then you know that, otherwise you don't know it. You cannot call on WhatsApp. You cannot call on WhatsApp, video call or audio call. You cannot do that. That's an interesting thing. You cannot use WhatsApp in UAE. That is enterprise environmental factor. Now, those people who have been to UAE, they know that, and that's a normal thing for them. But if I am setting up an organization in Dubai, I should know that. Otherwise, this can hurt me. Just imagine, you need to call each other. Normally in India, Pakistan, how do we communicate? No one calls on the free minutes provided by the mobile networks. They call, especially in the big cities where the internet is good, they call on WhatsApp, right? Yes. So they call on WhatsApp. In US, it's the same in US, the same in UK. They call on WhatsApp. But if someone is calling from UAE, this is an interesting thing. If I am in UAE or if I am anywhere else in the world, let's say I'm outside the UAE. If someone from UAE message me on my WhatsApp that I want to have a conversation, I will always say to him, let's have a Zoom call. Let's have a Zoom call. There is a reason. Because I know they have to own VPN, which is kind of an illegal thing. I don't want to, I don't use VPN, so I don't want others to say that, to own that. I don't want that. So I know in summary, I know they cannot have a WhatsApp call. But if someone is outside, if I am outside of UAE and someone like, let's say Ashwin from Canada, he messaged me, and I will never say him Zoom call unless it is necessary. I will say, let's have a WhatsApp call. But if I am in UAE, which is like 9 months out of 12, I will always say, let's have a Zoom call, or I will directly call to his number, because we get minutes in the UAE that you can call it anywhere in the world. It is same. You call local or you call international, it's the same for us. So that's an interesting fact. What is this? Enterprise environmental factor. And to be precise, PMIS, Project Management Information System, PMIS comes under there. Am I clear about that? Now, let's assume you live in Saudi Arabia, holidays on Friday, half days on Saturday. There is everyone is wearing same type of clothes, same type of cultures. And suddenly you go to, let's say, USA. The timing is different. The weather is different. The culture is different. It is said that Hitler lost the World War II not because of any other dynamics, but because he did not analyze the EF proper of Russia. He did not know that the Russia gets too much cold in the winter, that the temperature goes minus 30, 40. So I would say EEF is so important. EEF is so important. I still remember the first time I went to UAE for the business trip. I had a big jacket with me. It was the month of January, February. I was thinking, I just came from Kashmir. So I had a big jacket with me. I took that jacket to Dubai actually. And I brought the same jacket back with me in the same way. I couldn't use that in UAE. It was winter, it was everything. But the winter there is entirely different, the winter back in Kashmir and other areas. EF. Am I clear about EF? It's an important thing. If anyone still has any question, please ping it there. It is important. Then, yeah, Gagan.
Yeah. So with regards to the EEF, it's just a concept that we need to know. It's not so as a project, there's nothing like we say, can we list our EEFs? No, it's just a awareness thing that the project needs to have.
No, we can list our EF, resource availability, communication,
Okay.
technology, culture, custom. We can list. I will give you a list. Okay, but
Okay.
you don't have to remember the list as per se. Again, going back to the same thing, understanding what does that mean, because in the
Mhm.
question, if you understand that concept, you can capture the idea. That is more important. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So just a quick one. So PMP as a recommendation, they say consider your environmental factors and then manage those, because that's
Without,
that's it.
as I give the example of Hitler, if you don't manage, if you don't play
Yeah.
within EF, your project is gone.
Mhm.
Your project is gone. Na? You cannot manage the
Okay.
budget at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Farhan.
Yes, just need to make myself clear. These factors, either internal or external, it comprises of the enterprise environmental factors. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now, the factors that are uncontrollable, only those factors are considered here.
Yes.
And if an organization feels that some of the factors they can get it upgraded or they can improve it, that will be beneficial for the project. Those factors are not considered.
No, we need to see that case by case, which factors then we are talking about. As a general, EEF is not in the control of project manager, culture, customs. But then again, we have projects to improve the cultures. Like, for example, we have a diversity training in the organizations. I do provide the diversity training in multiple organizations, especially when you are living in UAE. Diversity is one of the most important thing. You have a multicultural there, so you can do that. But again, that depends upon case to case, question to question. We need to look
Uh,
into that. Okay.
I will just share one small example. We just got a project in Makkah, Saudi Arabia, and in Makkah there are some certain prohibition. They are prohibited that non-Muslim can't enter.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having the workforce that comprises of Indians, Pakistanis, Nepalis, and Sri Lankans.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, though that once we got that project and our organization, they start thinking that they can't mobilize these people on those projects. So obviously, they have to hire certain other workforce.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a picture that I had in my mind.
Yeah,
That's why
that is enterprise environmental factors. That is that is, you can say, religious or cultural, but however you want to perceive it, that is an enterprise environmental factor. That particular people can go there, particular people cannot go there. For example, you give a religious example. I would like to say, let's say, in any kind of area, like you go to classified areas, you need a classifications from that particular thing, so that becomes an EF, of course. Okay, thank you. Yes, Hassan.
Use one term in projects
Hassan,
known as force
put
majeure.
your hand free area to your
Now,
mouth.
can you?
Yeah, near to your mouth. Please put it hand free area only to your mouth. Yeah.
Okay. Now it's okay.
Yeah, that's better. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that there's a term known as force majeure events,
Uh-huh.
which are out of the control. For example, some law passed, which is impacting the project.
Mhm.
It's an external event, so or some political instability or something like this
So we
will
discussed
be
that.
considered as an
Hassan,
external EF.
Hassan, we said that political. P from pastel, the first was political. So that is EF, na?
Okay, and if there is any law passed which is impacting the project, that will
Political,
also be like.
as in political, economical, social, technical, legal. Okay. So pastel
Okay,
gives you the entire list for how you want to say it into that. Okay.
okay, okay.
Thank you. Yes, Kabir. Yes, Kabir. Yes, Kabir, you have a question, please ask. Kabir, unable to hear you, brother. You are mute.
The
Yeah.
government policies, it can be considered as the EEF, right?
Again, legal goes to that list. Legal.
Okay,
Legal is governmental. Okay.
okay.
Consider that as your reference guide. Okay. Then there are multiple different types of organizations that we have, depending upon the nature of the project, depending upon which type of organization you are working. For example, we have projectized organization. Projectized organization. Now, these type of organization, they only work with the project. They hire the employees, complete the project. At the end of the project, the employees goes to the home. Project manager has all the power when it comes to resources and those people. So projectized organization. Projectized organization. Once again, it can be called as project oriented or projectized organization. Project come, people come, do the project, go to their home. End of story. Project end, like building a dam, organization which do the dam. 4,000 people needed to build a dam. They come, complete the dam, end of story. Okay. Then bridge construction projects are sometimes like that. Then we have operational organization, right? We have operational organization. Also, we can call them as a functional organization. How they work? They have a function, engineering function, costing function, procurement function, things like that. They only do the operational things. Functional organization. The functional manager has all the power. They are only doing the operation, like steel mills producing steel on the daily basis. Functional organization. Functional managers are there. They have all the power. Make sense? Projectized and functional. In between them, we have matrix organization. Matrix organization. What is matrix? You can say that matrix is any kind of a organization that is doing functional things as well as project thing. Okay. For example, there's a steel company, steel mill. It's a functional organization. They have a project to upgrade, to add one more unit. It become a matrix organization, right? It become a matrix organization. Okay. So matrix organization is this way. So let's say there are three types of matrix organization: weak, balance, and strong. Weak, balance, and strong. Okay. Weak, balance, and strong, depending upon the power of the project manager. Power mean power to control the resources, manage the resources, power to mobilize the budget. In weak matrix organization, basically there is no project manager. We can have a project expeditor, like there's a functional organization, they get a project to improve their organization. So you give a normal person an additional job, they also need to manage that project. Okay, so it's a weak matrix. Project manager has almost no power at all, medium to low. Functional manager has all the power. There is a dual reporting structure in all the matrix organization. There people are reporting to project manager as well as functional manager. Okay, so this is weak matrix. Then we have a balanced matrix. Both project manager and functional manager have almost the same power. If a conflict comes, sponsor will handle the conflict. Then we have a strong matrix. Here, project manager has more power. Functional manager has less power. Let me try to give the example of revenue in the terms of money so that can that can help you understand. Let's say your functional organization is earning $1 billion per annum. You do a project that will increase your revenue by 1 million. Now that is like nothing for an organization that is earning 1 billion. Okay. So the organization can be weak metrics. The project can be of weak metrics, balanced metrics. The same organization have $100 million project. Now that's a big chunk. That is 10% of the organization. So both have importance, almost equal. Now here you are doing a project that will double the revenue. Here the project is manager has more authority. So that is weak metrics, balanced metric, strong metrics. Important point to understand and note if you want to write. In weak metrics, functional manager has more power, project manager has less power. In balanced metric, both have same power. In strong metric, project manager have more power. In all the metrics organization, is a dual reporting structure. People are reporting to both people. Okay. Whenever the exam says metrics, the exam is referring to balanced metrics. If the exam want to communicate weak metrics, it will put weak metrics. If the exam want to say strong metrics, it will put a strong metrics. If the exam only says metrics, this means balanced metrics. So we discuss projectized operation, metrics, that is weak, balanced, and strong. Any confusion or question here, please do ask. An example of projectized organ are clients of sponsor who develop their project team. Okay, yeah. Yes, Mohit.
Sir, I just want to know in how many cases do we find conflicts between, means how frequent is it between a project manager and a functional manager being a conflict and they are going to sponsor and discussing?
Yeah, that depends organization to organization, project to project. But one of the biggest conflict is a conflict of resource and schedule priorities. I guess if you have worked in project, you know that there's always a conflict. I need that resources. Okay. So resource and schedule priorities are those type of conflicts. Okay, Mohit?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Gagan.
Yeah, okay. This might be too early in the training program, but any example of what is the kind of situation PMP might ask?
Let's what PMP
yeah.
For now and for the entire training program, what PMP can be asked, you will be getting a lot of questions. Per topic, I will be giving you 50 questions. First topic will have 24 questions. So you will be getting the understanding of that, how the question will be structured.
Okay, understood. Yeah, thanks.
Sure. Okay, so we have discussed so far need assessment, business case, benefit management plan, project charter, 5 process group, some knowledge areas, a different type of organizations, OPS, EEFs, all these things. Yeah, thank you, Mustafa. I was coming to that. So we discussed those things. So what is OPS? OPS are basically in the organization, your policies, procedures, tools and template, your past lessons. These are the major OPS. What are the policies of the organization? What are the best practices of organization work? Policies, procedure, tools and templates. This thing comes under OPS. Also that you have a database, like how the previous project has been done. That is OPS, organizational process assets, OPS. So we discuss them. Now we will have multiple other things in the slides, which we will be going through and discussing, and like different type of leadership. One more topic, then we'll go to the slides. This will be the flow of the entire course that I will be going through. First, I will give you an overview, then I will take you the slides. Okay. So, okay. So what is tailoring? The question comes, what is tailoring? Tailoring is customization. Tailoring is customization. For example, after this training program, I will be sharing you a roadmap, how you should study. Then I will discuss it with every individual on a call or a Zoom. We'll see how much time they have. Like for someone who has 6 hours, daily, it will be different for them as compared to those who don't have even a 1 hour, right? That is called tailoring or customization. Another example, you can see my shirt is actually fitting to my arm and everything. I bought a shirt, went to tailor, first bought a shirt from shop, went to tailor and asked him customize it according to that. That is called tailoring. Or you can directly go to the tailor and ask him to make a shirt. Tailoring. Tailoring means customization. You need to customize according to that. I guess this is the easy topic. No one has any confusion about that, right? So now we will go through the things. First of all, there will be some things, exercise we will be doing in that, and some exercise that you will need to do throughout the project. Okay. Everyone can see the slides. Someone put yes in the chat box if you can see the slides. Okay. So can be purpose built tailoring? Yeah, can be tailoring, can be purpose built. Yes, of course. It can be. Okay, thank you, everyone. So this is your homework. You need to define why do you want to do PMP. I need it at least 2 to 3 line, maximum up to page. What is your why? What is the reason you want to do PMP? This is very important for me. Why are you committed to pass the PMP exam? Just share it with me personally. Don't share it in the group. I have 2 numbers. You will be seeing me replying from my 2 numbers. So the both are, it's me both of. What would it feel if you fail? What would it feel if you succeed? I need the answer of these questions. It's very important understanding yourself. Take the helicopter view, go into the base, first have a helicopter view of the entire project. That's why I was sharing PMP in 2 hours to everyone. Why this topic matters. Like, have a pen and paper with you. Write down everything. There's another way to understand. Whatever you don't understand, just cross it out. I don't like make a list. These are the topics that we discussed today. I understand this, cross it out. But you could not understand, ask me. Ask in the group. Okay, a very important thing that I want you guys, if you have Abrar, I guess you put something I could not understand, but you have written. So if you have any question that regarding PMP, regarding anything, please ask in the group, in the WhatsApp group, instead of asking individually. And I will also add certified PMPs after 3 days into the group. The purpose is that I can answer individually. I keep on doing that. But the purpose, if you have a question, other students will also have a question. Unless it is a personal question that you want to ask, please try to ask the question in the group. Okay, that will, let's say you want to ask, I could not understand operation. Put it in the chat box. Put it in the WhatsApp group so that first of all, your batchmate will answer it. Then the certified PMPs will answer it. So that will improve the learning way. Okay, so understanding you, see methodological way, focus on the bigger picture, how you did projects and try to correlate with it. And of course, there will be some challenges along the way. It is said that the journey begins one step at a time. And I would like to congratulate all of you. You have taken that step. Well done. It's also important to remember it also starts here, the most important area. Although it may seem like your progress is slow, if you stay consistent, you will see yourself grow. I have been called tortoise. You remember that old parable, tortoise and hare? I guess everyone has heard that. I have been called by my mother, by I guess every single person as tortoise. And tortoise, I am. That is true. But I am so consistent. I actually have beaten every single hare in everywhere, in my classes, college, whatever the community was. Because I was tortoise. I was consistent. If you want to be here, be here, but don't sleep while the journey is on. You see, you cannot have a race between tortoise and hare, or a tortoise or rabbit, if you call it, if rabbit does not sleep. The rabbit has to sleep in order to tortoise to win. And mostly now that's an interesting thing. Rabbit mostly sleep. Or if they don't sleep, they get distracted. What I want from you, and I need you to message me now on my WhatsApp. How many hours are you committed to give on daily basis and on weekends, on Sundays, Saturday, Sundays, whatever is your holiday? How many hours are you committed to give that? I will hold you accountable. I have a very good memory. Sachin, please take your mobile in your hand and message me now how many hours you are gonna give it to PMP. Not included in this training. How put the message on the mobile. How many hours you are committed to give to PMP. Thank you, Mohit. Not in the batch. Personally, I said personally. Because I can have that as a reference. I don't delete my chat. It's interesting. That is why I bought it. It is, I guess, 5.2 or 1 tera. It was the highest available at the moment in Dubai. Vijay recognition. Thank you. Vijay, you can answer these questions later on. These questions, you don't need answer right now. I got it what you are saying. Okay. Thank you. Everyone, I need the message from you guys. How many hours you can give? 30 minutes? Okay. 50 minutes? Okay. 2 hours? Okay. 6 hours? Very well done. I will hold you accountable. Remember that. Okay. Okay. Weekends, 4 hours. Very well, Aslam. Thank you. 2 hours. You are doing excellent. 2 hours, Tariq. Okay. Still, many people have not. Ashwin, 3-4 hours. Very well done. Okay. Abrar, Sachin, Mohit, weekend, Vishu, thank you. Okay. Gagan, Mushtaba, Deepak, Ahmed. Amida, remind me tomorrow. I will have a WhatsApp call with you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. This was something, this is called commitment, which I just, and it is kind of a written bond, what you just did. You see, you and I have no written contract. In training business, there is actually no written contract 99% of the time. We only have a bond, a bond of word, a bond of commitment. Okay, I'll make sure if I'm healthy and I'm alive, I'll fulfill my thing. I will push you till you become certified PMP. And let's do this thing. You will see how much I am committed. And someone has, mostly you have to block me. So he was a committed guy. He was the guy after Sam Walton. Next batch, I will be using Sam Walton case study, the founder of Walton. He said that a customer obsession, I actually get that from him and Steve Jobs. Customer obsession. I read everything he has published. Customer obsession is the key. Customer obsession is the key. If you are obsessed about the customer, you can get it done. That is the value on which Amazon has stood for a long time. So Amazon, from just a computer geek working in 1995 to a $1 trillion company, having Amazon Web Services, Prime, Drive, Kindle, and what not, they have every single thing. It all started with one idea, that they wanted to work and make the Amazon as a key. So going to the slides for the topics that we have discussed, I will be moving a little bit fast. So if someone feels I need to slow down, please let me know. Okay, I'll ask someone to read it. So Mohit, please. Mohit, please read it.
Yes. I'm able to. What is a project? Creates a unique product, service, or result. It is temporary. It drives change. It enables business value creation.
The purpose of project is to create business value creation. Value is created. Now, what is project management? If we talk about the definition of that, guys, very important thing. These are official PMI slides, and actually, I am paying per student to PMI. So you are, according to code of ethics of PMI, you are not allowed to share these recordings or these slides with anyone. I have 1200 videos on YouTube that I share free of cost to everyone. So I give more than other people combined in the YouTube way. But this is their official material. So please don't share any material slides with anyone. So project management, Gagan, please read.
Yeah, so project management by definition it is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. And the success of a project is dependent on multiple factors, including organizational project maturity, the effectiveness of project manager, funding and resource availability, the skill levels of the team members, and it depends on the collaboration and communication within the team, plus understanding of the core problem and the related needs.
So these are the like pet definition that you don't need to know. Just understanding them, what is the purpose of, like, project management is application of project knowledge. That's enough. So people asking definition, you do get the definitions, but understanding them, what does that mean, how the project works, how effectiveness happen, funding availability, these are important things. This is not as per se that much important. Why projects are started? Because the customer requested, organizational, legal, market requirement. It can be thousand other reasons. What are projects, program, portfolio? Farhan, please unmute
Yes,
yourself.
yes, please. Projects, program, and portfolios. A project may be part of a broader program, portfolio, or both. A program is a group of related projects, subsidiary programs, and programs activities that are managed in a coordinated manner to obtain benefits not available from managing them individually. Portfolio, it's a collection of projects, programs, subsidiary portfolios, and operations managed in a group to achieve strategic objectives. Organizational project management implies a level of coordinated management of projects, programs, and operations.
So what is organizational project management? This framework: strategy, deliver value, program and project result, business value realized, and this keeps on happening. OPM, organizational project management framework. Then we have a PMI talent triangle that basically works on the way how the things should be. Now PMI has updated their talent triangle few months back. What are the ways of working? PMI gives you a list of collection, like there's a book actually way of working of the same name. If you're a PMI member, you can download it. So then you have a different skills like communication skills you want to work on, and business acumen. Power skills previously was leadership. Ways of working is how you project management you handle, and business is of course business part of the project. When we talk about strategic and business management skills, we want to know about the domain of the business, how we see the entire organization, how we work in the particular business way, how it add to the overall value, what are the part of the way. What does this means? Most of the time, project managers get a tunnel vision. Okay, just do this thing. What happened because of that? We get lost. We left our business value. We want to have our business value realized. So we are need to get out of the tunnel vision and need to realize the business value in a overall project dynamics. In strategy or in any organization, we have vision. Vision is the reason why do you exist? Why do you exist? What is the vision of my organization? My organization vision is to help people to achieve their dreams. That's a kind of a vision thing, broader thing. Mission, what do you do? To achieve the vision, what do you do? I help people to become certified PMPs. That is the way how I use it. Okay, goals, what are the monthly, weekly goals you have? Objectives, sub part of that. What is your strategy, how you are going to do it? Then other things from that. Okay, so vision, objectives, goals, mission. You will not get a question about that in the PMP. It is just setting the outline that someone asks you about that. You should have idea about that. So this is taken from book 7. Actually, this is a standard. According to PMI, there are 12 principles that we need to work in any kind of project. We need to become a servant leader. Servant leader is someone who puts the team as a number one priority. He is a diligent, respectful, and caring steward, helping the team to grow. He look forward about them, how they can work into that. He built an environment in which everyone can make mistake, learn from the mistake, and work towards that. We need to engage the stakeholders. If we don't engage the stakeholders, whatever we do, that becomes useless. We need to engage them. Of course, the projects are value driven. We need to deliver the value in the project. We recognize, evaluate, and respond to the system interaction. How? By changing one thing, the other thing changes. Understand this thing. Things does not happen in a vacuum. If you start doing exercising and start eating healthy, so you start getting a better body, you start getting a better life. If you start reading books, start doing meditation, your mind gets calmer. So see how changing one thing affect other things. Have a leadership behavior tailored according to the context. Okay, tailored based on the context. Try to build a quality in the deliverables. Whenever you have a complexity, try to navigate it, handle risk according to agreed response, be adaptable and resilience. Now, this is one of the most important thing. Adaptability, but resilience. They are kind of most of the time, you said paradox of each other. Adaptable is someone who keep on changing. Resilience, we don't want to change. We want to have both things. Need to measure that. You see, Kodak was like, we have so many examples. Kodak was the company which actually make the DSLR or the digital camera, but they never utilized it and went bankrupt. Nokia was the market leader. I guess everyone has used the Nokia mobile at a certain time, but they are out of the market. Then we have Internet Explorer that is out of the way. I still remember while I was growing up, we used to use MSN and Yahoo messengers and those things. Where are they? They did not adopt. Then I don't know, have you used Orkut or not? When I entered to my university, we were using Orkut. Where is that? They were not adaptable. They were not adaptable. You need to adapt according to that. If you are not, you are out of the market. In today's market, there is not a big company. No company is a big company. When Steve Jobs left Apple, the Apple went bankrupt, almost not bankrupt, near to bankruptcy. When he went back, he tried to reinvent it, and now it is the market leader. So adaptable is there, and embrace the change to see how you can work into that. So these are the domains that the PIM Book 7 focuses on. Manage the stakeholder, team, different life cycles. We have 4: predictive, iterative, incremental, agile. We manages them. We do the planning, execute the work. We deliver, most important thing, measure what we have done and manage uncertainty. You don't need to remember them, just giving the context of if anyone likes to study from book 7. So difference between project and operation, not now. Temporary operations, unique, repetitive, that's a difference between them. And now here is the mind map. People have been asking, what is a mind map? Whatever you make, that's your call. Like I made this mind map, difference between projects and operation. The purpose is to study everything on one page. That is the purpose of mind map. I hope that makes sense to everyone. We discussed the constraints in the project. Okay. Let's have a small exercise here. So I'm sending all of you to the breakout room.
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so business value, we discuss about the business value. It's basically consists of economic value, shareholder perceiving, everything comes under the business value. It can be tangible or it can be intangible, both can be there. So financial gain, social gain, new customer, you are first to the market, some technological improvement, everything comes under the business value. We examine the value, we see how we can increase the business value in any particular organization, and we keep on working on how we can continuously increase that. Okay, for the entire PMP, remember this thing: value analysis or variance analysis, both. Whenever there is, you want to achieve something, you do, this is the where we want to go, this is the current value, what is the difference between them, current to the actual thing. And Naveen is saying my voice is low. Is it the same for all of you, or is it just with the Naveen? My voice is low. Is it for everyone or other people? Please put in the chat box. My voice is clear or my voice is low? It's loud and clear. Naveen, then I guess it can be a problem with you. Okay, so whenever there's a value analysis, we compare with it and we check where do we stand and how we can do that. Planned versus actual, the difference between them, variance analysis. So projects are initiated, they deliver result, we use them, we get the business value, that in the terms of benefits. Guys, if anything is not clear, please do stop and ask me. If you don't ask me, I'll assume you know that what I'm talking about. Acha ji. Organizational influences. Organization, there are so many different type of organization influences. Naveen, if you can read it. Naveen, if you can read it.
Yes, Amir.
Please.
Organizational influences: culture, style, organizational structure, level of the project management, maturity, and project management systems. Project-based versus non-project-based organization. Project managers authority level. Approach for risk management activities. External organizations.
So these are different type of the way organization can influence it. So we have two influences. We discuss pastel, political, economical, social, technological, legal, environmental. We can also use TCOP, technical, environmental, commercial, operational, or VUCA. Both are okay depending upon the organization, depending on the circumstances we are using. Yes, Asan.
How this organizational influences are different from EF?
Oh, that are coming. That is a part of this. EF is a part of that. So that is coming. Then that is the next slide.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that is EF and OPS. Okay, this is the next slide. EF and OPS. It was setting a stage for EF and OPS because I have already explained what does that mean. So EF condition, they are not in the control of the project team. That is the most important thing that limits us, help us, elevate us the projects, program, or portfolios. So what are the EF we can have here? Aslam Bhasha Sheikh. First of all, my pronunciation is say, is it Aslam or is it Aslam?
Aslam.
Aslam. Okay, Aslam, please first read this. Then
Conditions not under the immediate control of the team that can influence, constraint, or direct the project, program, or portfolio. Mostly factors that are not within the control of the project, external to the organization, internal to the organization, input to most planning processes, can support or limit project management.
So we work into that. We see what are the enterprise environmental factors. We try to see. Now this is someone asked me the list of the enterprise. Here is the list for you. Internal enterprise factor, external, organization, culture, custom, vision, mission, geographic, infrastructure, resource, employee, market condition. All these are, and the list can go on, but this is a standard list that you can use. OPS, policies, procedure, tools and templates, policies and procedures, tools, templates, checklist of organization, organizational knowledge base, database that can be used. They're all the part of OPS. G, any confusion by anyone so far? Okay. So yeah, Vijay.
Yeah, I have a doubt. This PMIS, you said it is under EEF.
Under EEF.
Why it cannot be under OPA? Because that is also.
Yeah. The thing is that it is not under OPS. Can you control it? Can you control that there is no WhatsApp in UAE? You are in UAE.
Yeah.
So that is EEF. PMIS is the entire communication system. So that is that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Farhan.
Yes, just need to get myself clear regarding this PMO. This PMO is the organization itself, or this is a separate entity.
Have we covered the PM? Have we covered the PMO topic?
No, it just came
Yes.
around.
Let's. It will be great, especially for those people who have already taken the training. Let's discuss the topics that we have covered. That will help the entire people, and particularly most of the things will be covered or have been eliminated. Okay. Thank you. Yes, brother. Salman. First of all, what is your right pronunciation?
You can call me Salman.
Salman. Yes, Salman. Tell me.
Yeah, why resource availability is EEF? It should be an OPA, right?
Very well question. Thank you. Someone asked this question. This question will come in the in some of the mocks. Okay, you remember COVID? Remember,
I remember.
what happened? What happened in COVID? Let's say people came from GCC who was in Saudi Arabia, stays in Saudi Arabia. Who came here, stays here. I had a student, Srivinas from batch 4. He was in Dubai in COVID. He went for a 4-day trip and he has to stay there for 2 years. Resource availability is an EF factor. What are the resources available in your organization? You cannot control that. You have to hire it. What are the resources available in that country? You cannot control that. You have to hire them. Make sense?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Sure. Please lower your hand. So we need to work into the change. We need to support the change. Project is all about the change. We discussed different type of the organization. Functional. Guys, we have discussed this topic. So I am just naming it and moving it forward. And if anything is important in my perspective, I'll stop there. But if you see I'm moving fast, please ask me to slow down. Functional organization. Salman, your hand is still raised. Weak matrix.
Sorry, actually, I have one more question. I want to know more about this value analysis.
That is coming. That is coming. Value analysis is coming. We have a different type of values. Yeah, it was coming.
Okay, thank you.
I really like what Salman said, that you are too fast. I couldn't understand. I need the same for everyone. Don't give me feedback after 6 days. You are very fast. Give me here. Give me tell now. Okay. So we discussed metrics. Salman, still you have a question, brother? Your hand is raised. Weak matrix, balance matrix, organizations, weak, balance, and then strong matrix. Then we discussed project oriented, also known as projectized organization. We discussed that. So this is a good table. I would say highly recommend spend like 4 or 5 minutes if you don't understand the different type of organization, how functional matrix projectized work into that, where the loyalty lies. Like team members are loyal to function. Here, conflict is their project. Who you report, both reporting, part-time, full-time. So that's an important thing to understand. Now, Farhan, coming to your topic, PMO. So PMO, also known as Project Management Office, is kind of a head office. The purpose of PMO is to provide tool, templates, techniques that you can utilize, techniques that you can utilize in your project. And they provide you templates, trainings identified through that. It's kind of a head office. Now PMO can be sportive. The sportive PMO only provide you tool, techniques. They don't interfere in your work. You do whatever you do. If you need a template, you ask them. If you need a training, you ask them, they provide you. Whereas controlling, it was a sportive PMO. Controlling, they do everything that sportive does, plus they do audit of you. They check everything that you are doing. They are doing your audit. Then comes directive. You are a puppet there. Normally it is mostly in a weak matrix organization or maybe balanced also. Project manager is just executing the task. The real power lies with the PMO. Sportive, controlling, directive. Question to you. First question. Does your organization have PMO? If yes, is it sportive, controlling, or directive? Put it in the chat box. Okay, no PMO. Controlling PMO. Yes, controlling, sportive. Yes, sporting. Okay. So just to put in the context, everyone understand what is PMO. Okay, so Farhan, please read. Unmute Farhan, please.
Project Management Office, PMO, a management structure that standardizes the project-related governance processes and facilitates the sharing of resources, methodologies, tools, and techniques. Types of PMOs include supportive, controlling, and directive.
So PMO, Project Management Office. Yes, Mohammed Raneem.
So
Yes,
this tool, I think, how they are actually different.
Tools.
Can you...
Tools is like a like let's say Primavera, Microsoft Project, AutoCAD is a tool. Technique, how to use it. How to use that particular tool. What are the shortcut way? How you can
maybe
make
some training and all is in techniques.
Yeah, techniques,
Giving
trainings can come under the part of that. Yes, trainings can come part of that. So, okay. So Farhan, you are reading, please, or you have read it?
Yes, already read.
Please read this one.
PMO functions comprises of supportive. It develop project management best practices, methodologies, standards, and templates. Coach, mentor, training, and provide oversight to project managers. Second is controlling. Monitor compliance with PM standards, policies, procedures, and templates via project audits. Directive. It manage shared resources, coordinate communication.
Thank you. Mohammed Raneem, you still have a question, brother? Any follow-up question? Okay. So now building a shared understanding, we discussed that we do the need assessment, how to identify the need. Then we develop the business case and benefit management plan. Business case provides the cost benefit analysis study. Benefit talks about the benefits of the project. If I go into the benefits management plan, it is a document that describes how and when the benefits will be delivered and how they will be measured. That is the part of benefit management plan. We set what are the target benefit, tangible, intangible, how it aligns the organization value, time, when the benefits will be given, who will be the owner, matrices, and the risk that we are facing. Okay, so someone asked me understand about the value analysis. So value analysis is basically utilizing different tools to understand the monetary values of the organization. So we have different tools. Payback period, simply payback period measure. If you spend 1 million in a project, the time your money get back to you, that is payback. The lesser payback it is, the good it is. For example, two projects, one having 3 years payback, the other having 2 years payback. The one with 2 years payback is a better project. Means when you will get your money back, it's payback. Okay, I always love this question. Mohammed, unmute yourself. Mohammed Raneem, yes.
Yes, sir.
If you give me $10,000 and I give it back to you after 5 years, $10,000, will it be fair to you?
No.
Why? It's the same money. The value of the money will not be remain same. The value of the money today is called present value, and because of inflation it changes. So the value of the money in future is called future value. So we have a formula: future value, present value, 1 plus interest rate. We use that. No need to remember the formula. You will not get in the exam. Just telling you. Okay, so present value, future value, payback period we discuss. Net present value. Now these are the some economics terminologies used by business analyst. As a project manager for PMP, let me simplify it. You only need to know that net present value mean income minus expense. Money coming inside minus money going outside. If it is 0, it is good. Greater than 0, it is excellent. Any project that you want to take, calculate the net present value, how much money you will spend, how much money you will earn, income minus expense. If the net present is greater than 0, it's a good investment. Net present value, NPV. Then we have IRR, internal rate of return. IRR is the percentage. It's the same NPV, but it just putting income and expense in percentage. Percentage of income minus percentage of expense. No need to remember definition. What I am communicating, if that is clear, that is enough for the exam. Just understand what I am saying. Pran, I'll come back to you after 5 minutes. Let me just complete this. Income minus expense is NPV. Percentage of income minus percentage of expense is IRR. If that is clear, please put in the chat box yes. If not, put no. IRR, Salman, is the percentage of income minus percentage of expense. Okay, percentage of income minus percentage of expense. Because it's the name, yeah. I didn't give the name IRR as an internal. It's the name of it. You measure everything in that. So I hope, Salman, it is clear to you. If yes, please do let me know. NPV, income minus expense, NPV. IRR, percentage of that. Return of investment, this is the most used way. I put my money, $1 million in stocks, how much I'm going to get a return. That is return on investment. The higher return it is, the better project it is. That's it. Higher return, better project it is. Opportunity cost. You have two opportunity. Opportunity A and opportunity B. You choose opportunity A, whatever the reason it was. Entire cost of opportunity B. No formula, nothing. Whatever the cost of that opportunity was, we called it opportunity cost. In other words, cost of missed opportunity is opportunity cost. Cost of missed opportunity is called opportunity cost. So these are some of the techniques we use in business case to put financial measures. We have some, I cannot delete actually anything from these slides. So whatever the PMI has given it, I did added it. I can change it, the sequence, and I did change the sequence. I cannot remove it. Otherwise I have removed it, the definition of these. They are very difficult definition, but that's why I explained them before. You don't have to do any calculation in the exam. Just remember it. Then we have benefit to cost. As the name says, benefit into cost. Benefit to cost analysis. We make the business case on it. Once the business case is ready, we get a documented feasibility in it, in the business case, and we show it to the sponsor. Once business case is approved, benefit management plan is approved. What is the next step? Put it in the chat box. What is the next step once business case is approved and benefit management plan is approved? Put it in the chat box. What is the next step? Guys, put in the next step. What will the next step? To make the project charter. So we get the project charter at our hand. Amadia, please read project charter. Amadia, please read. Very less, like you are 10 kilometers away. Try to speak again. Okay, someone else can read. I guess Amadia, your voice is not good. Abrar Hussain, please.
Yes. Project charter, a document issued by the project initiator, a sponsor that formally authorizes the existence of a project and provides the project manager with the authority to apply organizational resources to the project activities.
So that is project charter. What does it has? Please read. Please read.
The contents, measurable project objectives and related success criteria, high-level requirements, high-level project description, boundaries, and key deliverables, overall project risk, summary of milestone schedule, pre-approved financial resources, key stakeholders list, project approval requirements, project exit criteria, assign project manager and responsibility at authority level, name and authority of project sponsor.
So guys, please take a picture of this. I'm gonna send you the assignment. I just shared one assignment in your group. I shared project charter. I'm gonna make 3 group. You are gonna make a project charter. I'm gonna put one student in each group who has already done this assignment or who needs that. But I need from you guys, make a charter, use the template I shared or use whatever the template, use Word, Excel. I need all these things. Whatever the project you do, that's your call. I have nothing with that. But project charter needs to be made. Farhan, go ahead.
Yes. Regarding, if I remember that one question that we got in this PMP, that the decision regarding to go for to check the ROI, the sponsor will considering the ROI for the approval of the project, for example, or the NPV, or you can say the IRR. So actually, these things are slightly confusing if I am not deviating.
Got that question in PMP exam? Seriously?
Yes.
First of all, for future, never share any.
Actually,
For future, never share any question with anyone that you got in the PMP, especially in recording. Especially during recording, you could have asked me to stop the recording. That is big problem. Secondly, the answer is IRR. Whenever you have all the parameters, in that case, since that is the most detailed one, it consider every single parameter. IRR will be the answer, but you will not get such question anymore in the exam. And if you want to say something like that in future, please ask me to stop the recording. Okay. We discussed the charter. Now the charter is ready, means charter has been approved. So now we can move forward in the project. We can start working further. Let's see what else we have. So once the project charter gets approved, then we need in the charter, one of the thing is vision. As I said, vision is a desired state, like where you want to move. We set the vision. Mohit, please read.
Project vision. At the start of a project, you need a clear vision of the desired objectives. You also need to understand and appreciate how the project vision aligns with the organization's strategic goals. You are the steward of this vision, and it is up to you as the project manager to ensure the project delivers. A vision statement might include product or solution description, intended users or consumers of the solution, key desired objectives, differentiators from competitive approaches, key features, and benefits.
So these are the things that the vision should be mentioned. just to have an idea of vision. Then if your project is agile, we have a kickoff meeting at every sprint. If your project is of a multiple phase, then we have a kickoff meeting at every phase. If your project is of single phase, we have a, once the plan is ready, we have a kickoff meeting. The purpose of the kickoff meeting is to share what is expected from every single individual, what is the why we are here. So I remember I said that we will be using thumb for a certain purpose in the here. So this is called Roman voting. If you agree at something, you will say thumbs up. Thumbs up means I agree to something. Okay, I agree to something. Disagree needs more explanation. Agree, disagree needs more explanation, things like that. So Roman voting is clear. Good. Good, Aslam. I was expecting this thing. Good, Hassan. Roman voting is clear. I will ask one more time. Yes, Ashwin, Abrar. Well done. Well done. Good, good. More people are getting it. Yes, yes. Okay. Then we have fist of five. Fist of five. Disagree. Completely agree. Disagree. Completely agree. From disagree to completely agree. Understand little. I could not understand anything at all. Need more explanation. I agree partially. Agree more than 50%, 80%, 100% agree. Fist of five is clear. Fist of five is clear. Okay, good. Then we have simple voting. So in voting, if everyone agrees to whatever the topic we are discussing, to whatever the voting is being held for, we call that unanimous decision. Unanimity, unanimous decision, that every single person agrees to that decision. Unanimity or unanimous decision. Clear? Unanimity or unanimous decision. Good. Good. If one person make the decision, we called it as autocratic or dictatorship. Autocratic or dictatorship. So difference between unanimous decision, everyone agrees, is called unanimity. Dictatorship or autocratic, one person make that decision. If everyone is not getting agreement and you get more than 50% of the vote, let's say 51, 60, 98, 99.9, you didn't get less than 50, you didn't get 100%. It is called majority. It is called majority. So we have discussed unanimity, unanimous voting, autocratic, that is dictatorship, and then majority. Now, sometimes you don't get majority like that, more than 50%, but you are still more. Let's say this do happens in politics and other things. There are three people to make a decision, or 10 people to make a decision. 4 people says one thing, 3 people says one thing, 3 people says one thing. Now, what 4 people are saying, that will be taken as a decision. They still don't have majority, but they have more vote than other people. Now you can say that, okay, if 3 combines, then the other will become a 6, they will have a majority, but they don't combine. So the one having 4 will go there, 40% will go there, and that is called as polarity. That is called as polarity. Unanimity, majority, polarity, autocratic. Is it clear? Okay. Gagan, go ahead. What is the question?
Yeah. So, what are these? I mean, are these
decision making techniques?
ways?
They are decision making techniques.
Within a group, yeah. Okay.
Within a group. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Polarity is that when you don't get 100% of the vote, but you still have more vote. That is polarity. SSAA. that is polarity. Okay, that is polarity. So majority polarity. Then you have also weightage criteria. This weightage criteria, we consider different options in different way. That is called weighting criteria. Okay, let's read them. Ali Qureshi, if you can.
Yes, reach consensus, method, fest of 5, expression of range of agreement, closed fest, complete disagreement, fest of 5, complete agreement, Roman voting, simple yes or no, how it works, thumbs up or down, sometimes sideways for neutral, polling, consider independent points of view, hear opinions and then vote, dot voting, select several options from a list, distribute dots equally, then each person allocates dots according to highest preference.
Any confusion? Anyone, any confusion? Okay, then we move to the 6 different leadership style. Less is fire, transactional, servant leader, transformational, charismatic, interactional. Less is fire. Rishu, can you please read? Rishu? Yeah, please.
Leader provides little or no direction or supervision. Team are given with as much freedom as possible. Team make decisions and resolve problems on their own. The leader appear absent when it comes to project decisions.
So less is fire is used when the team is experienced, when the team knows what to do, what are the things that are required, what is the best way to work into that. So then leader set aside, let the team do this thing. He's just watching it from the height and let the team learn their way, let them make mistake, let them take a decision. Less is fire. Now, when the team is very experienced, then when we do that, we never use this approach. The project is extremely important. The most important, the most not important, the most used type of leadership style, transactional. Mujtaba? Mujtaba?
Yes. Transactional managerial leadership rewards and punishments, focuses on supervision, organization, and group performance. Pay attention to followers' work to find false deviations. Promote compliance through both rewards and punishments. Effective in crisis and emergency situations.
So this is transactional is the most used most of the time by people. Abrar, servant leadership. Abrar?
Yes. Carry food and water. It focuses on putting team first, provides growth opportunities. This method inspires employees, enrich lives of individuals, and build better organizations.
This is the most preferred style according to PMI. This is more like a father or a mother, if you may. You act like a father or a mother and put your team as a top priority, train them, identify their needs, work them, guide them. Servant leadership. Transformational is more like you're a leader of the ship, encouraging people, setting the ways, walking with them to the way. Charismatic is a one-man show. You do inspire energy, self-confident, but you are the person you are working it. You are leading by example. Here, you are inspiring and encouraging. Let them take the action. Here, you are leading by example. Interactional is basically a combination of all of three. It's a basically combination of all of them. Sometimes it can be a combination of servant leadership, transactional. So it is interactional. The most important is servant leadership style. But knowing all 6 leadership style is important for PMP. Then we have 5 process group. Initiation, initiate a project, then you plan for everything, you perform the work, track the progress, finally close it. Initiation is all about why you want to do something. Planning is how you are doing to do it. Execution is actually doing it. Monitoring and control is comparing it and then closing it. So as I said, that does not happen like once one and the other start. They basically interact with each other. As soon as project charter, it seems like project charter will get approved, we start planning. While the planning is being done, whatever gets approved, we start working on it. While we are executing, monitoring and control happen throughout the project. And whatever gets approved, we close that thing. Initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. So I said, I put all the details, what happens in each process group. If you want to have a look, you can have a look on these 5 slides, what happened in each process group. Not that important for PMP anymore, but for the understanding, especially for those people who want to get deep into that, there's a good review I put it of all these things. These are the knowledge areas, and this is a 49 process of PMP. They used to be very important to remember, not anymore. They are not even the book 7th edition. So just to put in the context, for the PMP exam, you don't need to remember it. People do ask, why do you put this slide if you don't have to remember? I love to cross it while explaining it, that you don't have to remember. So tailoring, if you can, Gagan, please.
Yeah, so tailoring is the process of choosing the appropriate project management process, input, tools, techniques, outputs, and life cycle phases for the project. This selection activity is known as tailoring or project management to the project. It is necessary because each project is unique. Not every process, tool, and technique, input or output and identified in PMBOK is required on every project.
So tailoring is just how you customize this thing. Guys, this is your homework. Someone please take a picture and share in the group. Otherwise, people forget what was the homework. Please do take a picture of this and send it in the group. Okay. Any questions so far? Anything what we have studied? In what we have studied, any questions so far? Yeah, Farhan.
Just regarding this previous slide, when you were telling about the dotting, actually in my personal experience, I didn't follow this sort of decision making process. So can you just elaborate how it works, or is it not? It's not the need of the hour.
We did experiment it while we were talking. So what is not clear? Which decision technique is not clear?
Dotting.
Dotting. So what happens? So you can see these sticky notes, different type of sticky notes. Just like these sticky notes, we use different types of dotting colors. Or we can use one type of dot color, and then we give every person 10 dot or 100 dots. And when we want to decide on any particular user story or any decision, we say, okay, do the dotting, and at the end we count which one has more dots, and that become the most important or valuable. Clear?
So yeah, it means it's the weightage that the respondents will be giving to each and every.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any question from what we have studied since morning? Not morning, since last 2 3 hours. Okay, so now there are different type of life cycles that we use in our projects. Those life cycle, what does the life cycle means? Life cycle means how you are going to conduct anything in the project, how you are going to manage the project. That depends on 2 important things. Is your scope fixed or variable? Is your scope fixed or variable? Means requirements are fixed or are they changing? Secondly, do you want the delivery as a single go or as in parts? Okay. For example, during the dinner break, I went to a restaurant. I ordered them that I want to have 2 burgers. So I ordered 2 burgers, and I was clear cut. I need a chicken egg burger, 2 burgers, double toe. I gave them my requirement straightforward, and they gave me complete 2 burgers. Scope was fixed, and I got delivery complete. Right? Then there are different type of cycles. Now, with us, you and me, scope or requirement is almost fixed, but you are getting delivery in parts. Right now, we are covering fundamental, then next topic, then next, then next, then next. The parts are there. This is called incremental. Okay, then we have when the requirements keep on changing. When you're designing something, the requirements keep on changing. But finally, once you deliver it in one go. That's iterative. If your requirements keep on changing, as well as you delivery in parts, that's what happens in softwares. For example, you get a software that keeps on getting updated, right? Incremental. And while the software is being done, it is keep on changing. Incremental and iterative, that is agile. So let me explain one more time. It's an important concept. So life cycles are how you are going to conduct your projects. There are two different parameters. One, requirements or scope. Is it fixed or variable? Fixed or variable. Delivery will be single or multiple. These are the parameters that we put it into there. Let me make a 2x2 graph. Let me put delivery here. Here we have single delivery. Here we have multiple delivery. Here we have fixed requirement. Here we have variable requirement. Now, if the requirements are fixed and we have single delivery, what are the examples you can think about it? Requirements are fixed and single delivery. Put it in the chat box. Put in the chat box. What is the example? Okay, what else? We are 25 people. Why other people are not putting the messages? Road construction. Naveen, unmute yourself. Naveen, unmute yourself. I need to talk.
Yes.
How software implementation is one go?
No, it's a variable one.
So I asked, your requirements are fixed and delivery is one go. You put it software implementation.
Okay.
Guys, I'm reading every single thing what you are putting there. So bridge construction.
I don't know.
Okay. So car delivery, single hand delivery. Who asked about the polarity in between? I did explain the polarity, I guess. SAA. I guess it is AAS, SAA. AAS, is it you? SAA. So I did explain the polarity. Okay. So
yeah, I was, but it was answered that time.
Okay. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So single delivery, bridge, home, house, all these are single delivery. We call this as predictive or plan driven life cycle. It is fixed. You can also say waterfall, predictive, plan driven, waterfall, since water always fall the same location. Okay. Predictive, waterfall, traditional, all four name, same thing. Traditional, waterfall, predictive, plan driven. You will normally see predictive used for this more. Now let's talk about the one where your delivery is single, but requirements keep on changing. When you are making a prototype, let's say I need this car, we are making a design. While the product is in completion, it keeps on changing. But once it delivers, it's a single go. It is called iterative. You keep on designings are done entirely on this base. Prototype are made entirely on this base. Then incremental. Your delivery is in multiple parts, but requirements are almost fixed, almost. For example, today, I changed this course a little bit. I changed the case study, 4 or 5 slides here and there, but the overview remained, the overall remains same. Most of you have watched the fundamental video. So 90% it is same, right? So this is incremental delivery. Okay. So then we have the softwares in which things keep on changing and we get into part, that is agile. Incremental, iterative delivery. Iterative, agile and incremental. They are also called as change driven or adaptive. Change driven or adaptive. Okay. Then in between them, we have hybrid. Hybrid, as the name says, hybrid cars is a combination of any two. So generally when we say hybrid, it's a combination of predictive plus agile. No project in the world is pure predictive or iterative or incremental or agile. Complete project. It's a combination. It's always hybrid. I would love to see if anyone can come up with the example of a project that is entirely predictive. Anyone? Any project that is entirely predictive or entirely agile. In my experience, every single project is hybrid. It can be 1% predictive, 99% agile, or whatever the percentage, but it will be hybrid. For example, you say construction is the most predictive project. I respect that. How do you make a construction bridge? How do you make a design of that bridge? How you make the design of that? By iterative nature. Agree? Everyone, yes or no? Okay, so hybrid. So this is most important, and we will be discussing a lot about this. This is a most important topic, difference between them. Do understand them properly. So different life cycles we use because different products have different requirements. We need to select a cycle that will be best suitable to deliver value. Predictive, incremental, iterative, agile. Change and frequency of delivery is what basically are important. Change means scope, frequencies of delivery. So examples of that. So there are many ways to explain the same thing which I explained. One of them is Stacy diagram. It's too boring. Don't worry about that. So just leave it. Agile, predictive, hybrid. If Naveen, you are smiling. If you want me to explain, I can explain, but that is not required right now. Okay, Naveen, please read.
You are saying that it's too boring, no? That's why you're smiling. Okay. Overview: project management methodologies, methods, and practices. Agile. Team works collaboratively with the customer to determine the project needs. The coordination of the customer and the team drives the project forward. Predictive or plan-driven. Project needs, requirements, when the constraints are understood and plans are developed accordingly. Plans drive the project forward. Hybrid. Combines strategies from agile and the predictive as required. Can switch the approaches based on the need, changing work requirements or circumstances.
Or circumstances. Predictive, hybrid, adaptive. Example of a predictive, then hybrid, different life cycles. Okay. So different iterative, incremental, agile. I hope, yes, Ayaz.
I'm a bit confused about the project type of agile because once we have said that a project is with the end and start, but if we will be agile, how we can define the end
Time
of
is
the project?
time.
Because
First of all, in agile, we will cover a lot of agile topics. There's an entire domain that we will start tomorrow about agile, just to understand and give you the high level view. In agile, time is fixed. When time is done, end of story. Otherwise, we'll keep on going. I agree with you. We will keep on going. The end will not be there. In Agile, when time get finished, end of story. Okay. So these are some of the examples. Ayaz, can you read, please? Different types of use cases.
Typical use cases: methodology agile, software projects, intellectual property projects, research projects, predictive plan driven, construction projects, project similar completed projects, iterative projects where learning and correction is expected to eventually reach the ideal solution, incremental, customers or business wants or expects to see outputs or partial outputs early and often, hybrid, mix of resources and experience levels, those seeking or willing to learn new methods or techniques. Thank you.
So different life cycles. This picture I took from internet. I kind of like it. This is iterative. You keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing, and give the final delivery. Incremental, you make in parts. This is agile, both iterative and incremental. Okay, so this is also your example. You need to explain it and send it to me. Also take a picture of this one, please, and send it to me. Or send it in the group so that the people does not forget. Okay, this also. If you can send me these answers, good. If you cannot send me these answers, also good. No worry. But you should know the answers of these things. This will give you the entire vision of PMP. We will solve the question tomorrow.